Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Hello. It is time to talk about amazing things and things regarding how can you become unbreakable in life and business. This is your host, Soribel Martinez. I am a licensed clinical psychotherapist in the state of Connecticut and the CEO of SM Psychotherapy and Counseling Services. I am so excited to be here with you today. Hello. We are going to talk about releasing negative emotions and how to become resilient in your life and in your business. So, let's see who is going to be here live with me in the I Am Unbreakable podcast. Let's see who's going to be here. Share this video. Let me know if you are here live. Hashtag Unbreakable. You know what we do around here. Let's see. Welcome to my worldwide movement of Unbreakable, where you get to learn the tools and strategies that you need so you can become unbreakable in your life, in your business. Let me know that you're here. Where are you connecting from? We are live streaming on Facebook, inside of my group, on the Unbreakable page, in LinkedIn, YouTube. We are everywhere. So it doesn't matter where you are. Please connect with me. Just give me 1 second. There's something bothering me. Hold on. Get started. This is so good. Today we're going to talk about how to release or manage negative emotions and become resilient in your life and your business. Again, this is your host, Soribel Martinez, licensed clinical psychotherapist in the state of Connecticut, CEO of SM Psychotherapy and Counseling Services, the best-selling author of Unbreakable, my new book, where I get to help you heal, transform your life, and create the life and business that you really deserve and desire. That is what I do. I also help mental health professionals who are wanting to start or grow their private practice, to create a massive impact in their community and also massive revenue to seven figure and beyond without feeling tired, overwhelmed, or burnt out. So let's get started here. Today is episode 3. And we're going to talk about how to release negative emotions and become resilient. And the truth is that we are human. That is the truth. We are human and we all feel negative emotions, especially when we are going through a particular situation in life. We get to experience those things, whether if you're dealing with grief and loss, whether if you lost a family member, or you lost your job, or you lost your hair due to cancer, or like me that I had to shave my hair due to brain surgery, or if you're going through any negative emotion, whether if you're having relationship problems, or you having difficulties with parenting with your children, you're having difficult times at work, you're trying to grow your business and it's not working, we are going to experience negative emotions because it's possible. It's part of the human experience. And I want to make sure that as we normalize this, we normalize the fact that we are human and that we, at some point in our lives, we are going to experience negative emotions. We also want to normalize being able to manage, being able to release the negative emotions, and being able to build the muscle of resiliency. Think about this, right? Think about the fact that we go to the gym. And think about the people who they do weightlifting because they want to achieve a certain type of body, right? In order for that person to build the muscles and achieve their particular goal, they need to work that muscle over and over and over until they are able to build that. Hello from Connecticut, Sonia. How are you, my love? It's so nice to have you here. Grab your notebook, your pen or pencil, grab some water so you can stay hydrated, and join me here so we can have a conversation about how to release negative emotions and also become resilient. So like I was saying, when a person goes to the gym with a particular goal and they want to build a certain type of body type, right? And they're trying to work the muscles so they can look bigger, so they can have more muscle mass. What happens is that the person has to consistently work that muscle over and over and over and over until they achieve their goal. So think about your emotional health, right? And our emotional health is similar. If there is a goal, there's an area that we want to work, that we want to improve, that we want to make better, we have to obtain the tools and the strategies that allow us to build that muscle. And a lot of times what happens is that we begin to work in an area of our life and we get tired, or we become overwhelmed, or we stop doing what we need to do. We start utilizing the tools and the strategies that will help you build the emotional muscle. And then we fall back into old behaviors, into old habits, and those emotions continue or begin to bubble up again. And then you kind of like don't understand what is going on with you. Why are you feeling that way? Why are you feeling so overwhelmed? Why are you feeling disconnected from your family, from yourself? Why are you feeling disconnected from your life purpose, from your vision, from your mission in life? So what happens is that we have to be intentional in the work that we do. And in the work that I do as a therapist and as a mentor to other mental health providers, it's very important to understand where we're standing in the moment. And to do this, I love to teach and I love to do what I call the SWOT analysis. If you're in business, you know that the SWOT analysis, you do it to evaluate your business, right? To understand what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what are the opportunities, and what are the threats, right? So you can have a clear understanding in where your business is. So let's do this. Let's apply this to our personal life. Let's think about right now in your life, and you are feeling uncomfortable. You have some symptoms, you're feeling some things that doesn't make you feel good. They are not helping you. They're not allowing you to grow. They're not allowing you to feel your best self. Maybe it could be depression or anxiety. It could be deep sadness. It could be that you self-sabotage, that you start something and you don't finish it, right? Or that you have big dreams and ideas and you begin doing something and then you stop and you don't continue. Or you are very comfortable where you are. Maybe you are in your comfort zone, and being in your comfort zone may not help you to grow. So let's think about this. Let's start with doing a SWOT analysis for your personal life. And when we do a SWOT analysis for a personal life, the way that I like to do it is this way. The first thing that I do is I come from a place of strength, right? I come from a place of strength because I want to make sure that I'm highlighting my abilities, my qualities, the good habits and tools and strategies that I already utilize in my life to grow and to be a better mother, a better person, better friend, be a better entrepreneur, do better work, correct? So then once you are able to identify what are the strengths in your life, then you want to identify the weaknesses, which I call the areas of growth. You need to identify what areas in your life you want to improve. Is it your spiritual life? Is it your emotional health? Is it your mental health, your physical health, your well-being completely? You want to look at every part of you, your career, your business, your finances, how are you dealing with your relationships, correct? So you want to look at every single area of your life, and you want to identify those areas of growth, those areas where you want to be better, those areas that you already know that there's things going on that are not allowing you to move forward, that you're feeling stuck. So you do that, you identify the areas of growth, and then you look at the opportunities. Here's the thing. For every adversity that you go through in your life, whether if it's in life and in your business, there are opportunities. Here's the thing. We cannot see the opportunities a lot of time because we're not being intentional. We are not being intentional in looking at what are some of our qualities, right? We're not being intentional of being clear of what it is that could be holding us back from the things that we desire to do. We are not taking the time to self-evaluate, right? And then we get stuck and we cannot see beyond our nose because we are focused so much on the problem that we are not able to see the opportunities that are available to us. So the next step is for you to identify those opportunities. Remember, we are in the self-evaluating step, right? So once you identify the opportunities, what is the book that I'm going to read? What is the course that I want to do? What is the conference that I'm going to attend? What is that seminar that I want to go to so I can learn some new skills? What is the conference? What is the retreat? What is the professional that I may need to hire next so I can do the things that I need to do? I need to learn the skills and the tools that I need to learn. A lot of the times, and not a lot of times, I know for sure that it requires us to have a level of investment and commitment in our lives and business. And a lot of times we forget that we have to fully be invested and committed in the things that we do, right? So for example, you need to invest in your time. You need to invest your energy. You need to invest your resources. You need to invest your money. You need to invest all of you in order for you to identify the opportunities and take advantage of them. This is my thing. What you don't get for free, what you don't have for free, go pay for it. You don't have a mentor in your life, go find a mentor, pay a mentor to mentor you. You don't have a coach and that is accessible to you, go find and hire a coach that can help you in the area that you have identified. And then you look at the threats. What are the situations that are threatening my well-being? What is that thing that's causing me to kind of like, to get stuck? Is it you? Are you willing to divorce yourself? Is it you, the thing that is in the way? Because a lot of times the threat is not external to us, it's internal to us. We are the one causing ourselves to stay stuck, not to take the next step, not to grow. So that is the first thing that we need to do. In order to release negative emotions and become resilient, we need to do a self-evaluation. Did you guys get that? Can somebody type on the comments, self-evaluate? That's the first thing. Type in the chat, self-evaluate. Because when we do self-evaluation, we are able to identify what are the common behaviors that we are practicing that is keeping us in the state that we are. Also give us the opportunity to understand what are the negative experiences and traumas that we have experienced in our life that has kept us stuck, right? Self-evaluate. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Sonia. Yes, we need to self-evaluate. Self-evaluation is essential when we want to release the negative things in life, when we want to heal our soul, when we want to grow, when we want to develop the best self of us. We need to be able to self-evaluate. And here is another thing that happens a lot in the work that I do is people ask me a lot, Soribel, can I turn off my negative emotions? Good morning, Mayra. Good morning. Welcome this morning. And a lot of times people say, can I just turn off my negative emotions? And certainly there are ways that you can kind of like suppress and kind of like ignore your emotions, and they may create a temporary result to a big problem. And this is what I want you to think about. Think about a tree. Think about a tree and the components, the structure of a tree. The tree has roots, it has a trunk, it has branches, it has leaves, and it has a fruit. So if you're telling me, Soribel, I'm feeling sad. Soribel, I feel angry. Soribel, I'm afraid to do the things that I want to do. Sometimes I feel nervous or anxious. I'm feeling guilty. I feel jealousy. I feel this way. My relationships are not going well. My business is not working. The marketing is not working. The messaging is not working. I can't get clients. What it is that those are the fruits or the leaves of the tree, right? Those are the results of the health of the trunk and the roots of the tree. So when we are wanting to do deep work in our lives, the one thing that we cannot do is just look at the symptoms. I call those the symptoms. The fruits and the leaves are the symptoms that you are feeling, right? So we can look at them. We understand that the fruit may not be a good fruit. We understand that the leaves don't look good. They don't look healthy. We can agree that the branches are breaking off and there is no reason apparently to it. Superficially, we cannot see what the problem is. But here is the thing: the deep work or the deep understanding of what's going on with the fruits, the leaves, and the branches of the tree has everything to do with the trunk, right? And the roots of the tree. So in your life, when you are dealing with situations, right? Those are symptoms. Sadness is a symptom. Grief is a symptom of something. Feeling angry, feeling overwhelmed, feeling tired, feeling burnt out, feeling like you don't belong, feeling like you are not feeling yourself, being stuck, or being in your comfort zone. Those are symptoms of a problem. So what we don't want to do is do superficial work. We want to go straight to the root of the problem, right? So if the mango tree is not producing good mangoes, we want to go and understand what is going on with the root and the trunk of that tree. Does that make sense? If you agree with me, I want you to type tree in the comments. If you agree with me, I want you to type tree in the comments. Because a lot of times we are treating the symptoms, but we are not looking at what causing the symptoms in your life. Yes. So type 3 if you are in agreement with me that we have to do deep work, that we have to go deeper, and we need to stop looking at things from a superficial way or perspective, and we have to get deeper into identifying what is the root cause of the problem. And here's what happened for me. When I was first diagnosed with not just one, but 2 brain aneurysms, and my life changed in that moment, I felt like the world stopped for me. I felt like inadequate. I felt a lot of feelings. I felt angry. I felt overwhelmed. I felt disconnected. I felt like I was not good enough, right? Those symptoms, when I began to do the deep work, and I designed what I call the bounce from the dirty share process for me, this is what happened, right? Once I knew where I was, once I knew where my strengths were, once I knew the opportunities that were available to me and the threats and what were the areas of growth, I designed a process that helped me bounce back from the dirty share. And the dirty share are not the symptoms. The dirty shares are the root of your problems, right? Are all those things that are happening to you that you may not have an answer to. Good morning, Facebook user. I don't know who that is. It doesn't show me here in the comments. If you can let me know who you are, I will say hello to you. Good morning. So when I created the bounce back from the dirty share process, it was for me to go deep into understanding what was going on in my life that I was keeping me disconnected, and that was putting me in a place of adversity, in a place of difficulties, of a place where I was not feeling myself. And one of the things that I discovered in that process and in that SWOT analysis is that I was disconnected with my life purpose. I was living my life. Was doing well. I was doing great work. I was doing the work that I love, which was being a therapist. I had my son. I was doing great. I was getting ready to go to Panama on a vacation, but I was not doing the work that I was called to do, which is creating a movement of change and transformations so millions of people can benefit from it, right? I was just living. And when you're just living your life, you are living from a place of what? Of comfort. I was comfortable. And one of the things that I was able to identify through the bounce back from the dirty chair process, which allowed me to go deep into the root, was that I was disconnected from my purpose. Because I had gone through a lot of religious trauma. I had gone through a lot of family dysfunction. I had gone through different things in life. I was disconnected. And when I understood that I was disconnected from my purpose, that's when I started uprooting the root cause of the problem. And a lot of times when I'm working with women in my private practice, or I'm working with women, coaching them, consulting them, and doing mentoring work, a lot of the times what's happening is that they are disconnected from their purpose. They're disconnected from the reason why they were created. And when you are disconnected from the reason that you were created, you're going to feel inadequate. You're going to start feeling feelings, and you're going to start going into situations and adversities that are trying to teach you something. So for me, my understanding is that not every adversity was created to destroy you and take you out. Adversity, a lot of times, are created to wake us up and let us know that there's something missing that we are not doing, that needs to be rectified so we can fulfill our purpose and we can align that purpose with the vision and the mission. Because if you are at your job and you are unhappy at your job, at your 9-to-5 job, because that 9-to-5 is not fulfilling to you, then most likely you are disconnected from your life purpose. Most likely you have not done the work to align that purpose with the vision that God has given you and the mission. And when you are in this alignment, right, in your life, unfortunately, you fall into emotions and feelings, behaviors that are not supporting you, because you need to be aligned with what you were designed to do. This water was designed to fulfill thirst, right? I drink my water, I feel better. Okay? If the water doesn't fulfill the purpose of taking care of our bodies, then the water is not fulfilling its purpose. The phone in this technology was created with a purpose. If we do not utilize it to fulfill that purpose, the purpose of that particular thing has failed. And a lot of time we fail in life is because we are not connected. We are unhappy at the job. We marry the wrong person. We have children with the wrong person. We make a lot of bad decisions in our life and our business. We may not choose the right partner for our business. We may not choose the right career because somebody told us you need to be an attorney, but you wanted to be a doctor. But go be a teacher, but you wanted to be a nurse. Go be an entrepreneur, but no, you're not good enough for that. Go do something else because you need to make money now, right? And we conform ourselves to what everybody else is saying, and we get disconnected. So one of the things that you have to do is understand what is the root cause of your problem. And most likely is you being disconnected from your purpose. The next thing we need to do to really release negative emotions and become resilient is listening to that intuition. You see, God talks to us all the time. We don't need a prophet. We don't need anybody telling us nothing. You have God inside of you, and God speaks to you in a very gentle way. The problem is that sometimes we are listening to everything else, and we don't hear that voice internally. We don't hear that whisper in our ears. We don't hear that whisper in our intuition because we are too busy with the outside world, and we miss it. And then we feel inadequate, and then we feel lost, right? And so some of the things is that developing emotional intelligence and learning how your emotions is impacting you. It's impacting you at work, in your business, and your relationships, and your body, and your soul, and your feelings. You need to be able to understand how are these emotions impacting you. And a lot of the times we are just walking around and we are not paying attention. We're not being intentional. We're not putting care into ourselves, especially women, right? That we were taught to take care of everybody else and do this and do the other. And we forget to really give ourselves the time to heal, to look at ourselves, to make ourselves better, right? So you need to develop that emotional intelligence and learn about you. Another thing that I learned that is really important as a therapist, as I'm going through my own adversity, is that expressing our emotions is important. A lot of times we are waiting for people to understand how we feel, but we cannot express to them how we feel. Or we want people to guess what's going on with us, but we are not able to articulate clearly what is it that we need from that person. What is it that we desire from this situation? What is it that we want from this career? What is it that I want from this business? A lot of time people are asking me, why did you go into this, into the field of psychology and psychotherapy? And the truth is that as a young woman at the age of 17, I wanted to understand my family dynamics, my family dysfunctions, because they were not sitting well with me. Having a father who was a machista and having a mother that was a submissive and just going with the flow, that didn't work for me, right? So when I explore psychology, it's because I was trying to understand myself. I was trying to understand the grief that I was going through from moving from the Dominican Republic, moving here, then dealing with the grief of losing my grandmother to immigration because my grandpa and my grandma moved to Puerto Rico. And I was very young when I lost them to immigration, but I couldn't understand and nobody was explaining it to me. So I needed to find the opportunities, the tools and the strategies that will help me understand me and my own family so I didn't fall into the same patterns of behaviors, right? So you need to learn how to express your emotions. You need to know how to express those and leave room for you to be expressive. And that could be verbally. You can utilize your journal. For example, I have designed the Unbreakable journal. Give me a minute. I'm going to show you. Here's the journal. I designed the book. I created the journal for you so you can do exactly that work. Yes, Jacqueline, We need to understand our past, because if we don't understand our past and we don't do that SWOT analysis and we don't understand why we're standing where we're standing, we get lost. And we cannot learn from not identifying what the root causes are. What are the real problems that we're dealing with, right? They're not superficial, they're not external to us, they're internal to us. So I designed the journal, the Unbreakable journal, and I designed that journal with that particular purpose. The purpose of the journal is to help you to go in and those uproot those root causes of why you're feeling the way you're feeling, so you can reconnect back with your life purpose, and then you can align that purpose with your vision and your mission. So being able to express your emotions intelligently and clearly is very, very important, especially when you are going through adversity, right? Adversity can be very difficult, and when we are emotional and we are struggling, sometimes it's really hard for us to tell other people what kind of support do we need, how do we want to be supported, how do we need to be supported. So in that, we need to learn how to do the deep work. And that's why my book and my journal is doing that exactly for women around the world, to help you heal internally. And so then you can become unbreakable and create the life and the business that you desire. Why? Because leaders, we need to be resilient. Because life is life. We are human, and while we're here, we're going to experience things that are very negative, that are very uncomfortable, that are very unpleasant. And if we are not capable of being strong and resilient, unfortunately, we give up. We give up. You see a lot of people giving up on their dreams. I refuse to give up. Period. Giving up for me is not an option in the solutions. For me, it's staying committed to me and to what I desire and what I want is what's going to go. Period. Because I'm committed to that purpose. I'm committed to that vision. I'm committed to a worldwide movement that can help women become unbreakable in life and business. And when I talk about life and business, your life is your spiritual self, your emotions, your mental health, your physical health, right? All of you, your soul. And then your career is your business, whatever you choose. Maybe you just an entrepreneur, full-time, or maybe just part-time and you still have a full-time job. It doesn't matter what it is. You may be fulfilling your life purpose at your job. That's wonderful, because then you're working and you have a job. For some of us, our business is our work and our job, right? The important part here is that you are fulfilling the reason for why you were created. And a lot of us, sometimes we don't even know why we were created. We think it's just because mom and dad decided that they were going to have babies. You and I were selected even before the creation of the earth. You were selected by name. And what was that purpose for which you were created? And by the way, I think that you agree to that purpose. You agree to those different situations in your life, right? Another thing is that accepting your emotions without judgment. Part of the bouncing back from the dirty share process is becoming the gentle observer of your feelings and emotions. Just sitting there like an investigator, trying to understand where those emotions come from without judging yourself. Because here's the thing, once you judge yourself for your emotions, for what you're feeling, then you create another layer of issues and problems, right? Because it's very easy to judge ourselves. It's very easy to judge ourselves. So we need to understand that we are human. Experiencing these emotions is simple evidence of the capacity to experience life. So you have to be willing to be the gentle observer, and you have to just name those emotions with intention and just being gentle with yourself. If you understand what I'm saying here, please write gentle. Come on, guys. Gentle. Suave, gentle. We are being gentle with ourselves. Very good, Mayra. Being gentle, suave, becoming the observer, almost like you're doing it from distance, right? And understand, oh, I'm feeling this way today. Sometimes I wake up with grief, right? Because I lost my son when he was 30, I was 36 weeks of gestation. So what I do is when I wake up feeling funny, I become the gentle observer. And I'm like, what is going on with me today? Why am I feeling this way? And a lot of times, because I don't suffer from like depression like that, right? I feel feelings, but I'm not clinically depressed. I can say, today I'm grieving Giancarlos. Today I'm feeling down because I miss my son. Today I'm feeling down because I'm thinking about what it could have been his life like. What would my life be like with Giancarlos in it? Right? I think about those things, right? So sometimes that may cause grief. So if you are the gentle observer without judgment of your emotions, then you can help yourself to the next step that I do in the bounce back from the journey share process, which is reframe the story. You see, we all tell ourselves stories. Because what happens is that when we have a trauma or a circumstance in life, a crisis, an adversity, what happens is that we give those experiences a meaning. And when we give meaning to those experiences, we also create stories. I'm not good enough. I'm not beautiful enough. I'm not a good mother. I'm not a good companion. You feel guilty. You feel bad. You feel inadequate. I remember that when I was first diagnosed, I felt like a bad mother because I thought that I was going to die in that moment and I was going to leave my son motherless. And I began to question my motherhood skills. But that had nothing to do with anything, right? Something happened. I was sick. I had no control of that. But I was judging myself. And I created a story. I gave a meaning to that experience. So rephrase and reframe the story. Write a new story. The story that is going to support your legacy. The story that is going to support your life purpose, your vision, your mission. Write the story that is going to help you build your kingdom legacy. That's the story that we need to write up. And we do that by becoming the gentle observer, deciding that that story is not serving us and that we're going to reframe that. We're going to rewrite the story and we're going to do what is the best thing to do for us, which is create a story that will help you become the best version of yourself. That's why I created Unbreakable, to help women reframe, rewrite, recreate the story. So here's my invitation to you. One of the invitations that I have for you is to do not allow anyone to rewrite the story for you. Don't let anyone to tell the story for you, because they will tell it from their perspective and their perception, right? So you want to be able to tell the story from your perspective, the way that you decide that you want to get it done, right? Because a lot of times we are letting other people tell us stories. And sometimes when we let others tell us stories, we allow ourselves to get victimized all over again. We allow ourselves to get traumatized all over again. We allow ourselves and give permission to people that have no business in our life telling the story that happened to us. Rewrite your story. Take that pen, that pencil, and rewrite the story. Having a journal like the Unbreakable Journal, it will help you rewrite that story. Because you can become unbreakable. You can become resilient. But resiliency, it becomes in practice. Remember that the way that we create wisdom is by practicing the things that we know to do, right? So if you need to rewrite your story, the only way that you're going to become wise is by rewriting the story. Every single time you fall into the place of feeling guilty, shame, embarrassment, depression, sadness, anxiety, feeling inadequate, feeling like you're not good enough, feeling like you're not worth it, because you are worthy. Just the fact that you were created is enough reason. You are worthy because you are. You don't need any reason, right? So that's what we have to do. The next step that I like to help you understand, to being able to bouncing back from the dirty shell quick as you can, and being able to move into a place of change and transformation, is to respond to your adversity instead of reacting to it. And when we get a bad news, right, we tend to react to the situation instead of responding. I reacted. I went into a place of like, oh my God, I'm going to die. And if you agree with me that you have been in a situation where instead of responding, you are reacting, tell me in the chat. Listen, there's no shame in the game. We all human. And this is why my mojo and my affirmation is more passion, less perfection. Because when we focus our mind in perfection, we miss the opportunities that adversity is giving us to become a better human being. Because it's not about you living a perfect life. It's about you living your passion. It's about you living your best life. It's about you becoming the woman that you are meant to be. Not the woman that somebody else decided. You know, that relationship, that boyfriend, that girlfriend, that parent, that situation, the community, the cultural beliefs and ideas and values that wants to take us to believe certain things that are no longer in alignment with what we value. We need to reshape that. We need to rewrite the story, right? So respond instead of reacting to situation. And here's the way that I can help you do this, or that you can help yourself do this. Find support. Find the tribe. Find the other women. Find the other members in a community, where they can listen to you, hug you, take care of you, and help you move through the adversity. And a lot of times we don't have a lot of support in family, right? That's the truth. Who's here to lie? That's the truth. Sometimes we don't have family support. Not everybody has that privilege of having family support. Buy the support. And when I'm talking about buying the support, I'm not talking about you buying people. Buy the support, meaning you can get a therapist, you can have a coach, you can have a mentor, you can take a course, you can go to a seminar, you can go to a conference, you can buy a book, you can get a journal, you can be in the presence of other people that truly want to support you. Another thing is journaling. Journaling your emotions will help you release those negative emotions. And you don't want this to be a temporary or a superficial process, but a deep process of change and transformation. Meditation quiets your nervous system. Do you know that? That when you're feeling like that, like you feel out of control, it's your nervous system that's fired up. And we need to quiet the nervous system. Both the journaling, meditation, and visualizations helps you calm down all the negative feelings, experiences, thoughts, in creating something that's more meaningful for yourself. Visualizing is amazing. Visualize the life that you desire. Instead of feeding the monster of depression and anxiety and feeling inadequate and not feeling connected to your source and your purpose, choose to visualize the life that you desire. Choose to decide to know what your purpose is. Choose to align your purpose with your vision and your mission. That will give you support. That will help you get on the way of becoming the person that you were meant to be. Create a positive experience. Look for other experiences that are going to help you replace the old memories of you. For example, if you growing up, nobody gave you a birthday party, create your own birthday party. If growing up, nobody gave you a gift, go buy your gift. If nobody ever told you how amazing you were growing up, tell yourself how amazing you are now. You don't have to wait for somebody else to do the things to make you feel the way that you want to feel. Sometimes you got to recreate those experiences for yourself. If you've never been on vacation with your parents, go on vacations. Take your children, maybe your partner, take yourself with your girlfriend, or go alone. You don't need nobody. You can go alone. Practice gratitude for everything that brings you joy and everything that you have now. And stop reminiscing on the things that you are missing. What about the things that you have? What about the beautiful experience that you have in your energy field? What about those? Are you being grateful? Are you being grateful that I can sit here and teach you these tools and strategies? Are you grateful that you are able to have a community like the one that I'm creating, that you can come and listen to stuff like this? Like the I Am Unbreakable podcast for women who want to create the business and life that they desire to create? Be grateful for that. What about having that available to you? Taking breaks is really important. When you're feeling really, really negative, try to take on space. Don't feed the monster inside of you. Make a decision and choices that will empower you. Like, I no longer want to feel this way. These emotions do no longer serve my greatest purpose and my vision and my mission in the world. So I'm going to change it, transform it. Have a good night's sleep. Practice self-care. You know, that kind of self-care that's deep and amazing. Not just going doing your nails and your hair. Go do your nails and hair. But also add to the journaling, the finding the support, having a therapist, having visualization, doing meditation to calm your nervous system, practicing gratitude, having people around you that are positive, that they love you. Stop crying about those that are no longer there for you. I'm not talking about like if you lost a parent, something like that. I'm talking about, those toxic people in your life that you've been wanting to get rid of, but you failed to do that because you were afraid. Well, maybe it's time to take a break from them and go find people who really want to support you. And create a self-care practice plan. And if you want to have a self-care practice plan that is holistic, I provide you with a self-care plan practice in the book Unbreakable, in the journal, and also you can scan the code available in the book so you can create your own plan, right? Create a routine to constantly allowing your emotion to be released constantly. And you do that by what I taught you about the bouncing back from the dirty share process. You feel the emotions, you understand the emotion, you understand where they're coming from, but at some point you need to make a decision to release the emotion. Not just to ignore them, but to learn how to heal the feelings that come through those experiences, right? Being the gentle observer of those experiences, releasing the experiences that hurt you and creating new one and reframing and recreating and redoing that experience for yourself because you deserve it. You do deserve it. You do deserve it. Maybe no one has told you that you deserve it, but I'm telling you that you deserve it 100%. And that there's nobody like you to do the work. Become your own saver. Save yourself from the things and the situations that you don't want to do. Last, I want you to create a routine. Create a journaling practice, create positive affirmation and things that you want to bring into your self-care practice. Listen, I am committed to helping you become unbreakable. I am committed to helping you again, heal from those negative experiences and rewriting the stories of those experiences so they're no longer driving your life. That you're the one that decide how you want your life to come about. That the results that you want in your life. So share this podcast. Share it with someone. Somebody needs it. Go get the book Unbreakable and the journal so you can put into practice these tools and strategies that I have shared with you today, so you can release negative emotions in your life and become resilient. Resilience resiliency is a decision that you get to make in your life, and you can make it because you're strong and you can do it. So again, this is Soribel Martinez. I am a licensed clinical psychotherapist, the bestseller of Unbreakable, and I'm here to help you heal so you can create the life and business that you deserve, the life and business that you desire, the life and business that you decide that you want to have and experience. So once again, share this podcast, and I will see you. I will listen to you. I will hear you. I will read you next week. Next Sunday at 11 o'clock in the morning. Bye-bye. Besitos, besitos. Ciao.